You will remember, I think, that we've had a couple of guests from Project Pure Hope on the programme before. It is an initiative which seeks to medically evacuate children for life-saving treatment from Gaza, in this case. And it was an interview when two of my next guests' colleagues at the project were in the studio that revealed something I thought horrible, actually. I've never... Because I couldn't work out initially why they were at such pains to tell me that this was all privately funded. And the answer was that as soon as it got reported that the first two children who had successfully negotiated the myriad obstacles put in place in large part by the UK government and of course also by the Israeli government to actually come here and have incredibly important medical treatment, the troll culture that we now inhabit jumped upon this incredibly uplifting and beautiful story, and because the children are Palestinian, attacked, even though it wasn't going to cost them a penny. And so, unfortunately, the nature of the interview was defined by the hatred that helping poorly children in one of the world's most hideous war zones had engendered from the kind of character that so many politicians seem to be wooing today. Raza Halim is a barrister and co-founder of the initiative of Project Pure Hope, and he joins me now to tell me about the latest children that the project is trying to get into this country for treatment. Tell me first, if you would, Raza. Thank you for joining me. About Hatim and Karam. What situation are they currently in?
I mean, their situation is dire, and there's just no other way to describe it. Hatim is a 3-year-old boy who's now been orphaned as a result of an explosion at his home. He's got fourth-degree burns. He cries for his mum and dad every day and can't understand why they can't come to him. And the long and short of it is that without a medical evacuation, he's not going to make it. And he's got burns all over his body, his face. And it's important to make the point that he's not only he's not only facing possible death or near certain death if he's not evacuated, but while he waits, he's enduring pain. I mean, he's got burns on his body, his face, his eyelids are burned. And I don't know if anyone can imagine what it's like to have your eyelids burned. But and also remember, the hospitals don't have painkillers. They're rationing painkillers because of the blockade. So that's where he is, waiting, we hope, for an evacuation. And then you've got 1-year-old Karam, who is suffering from Hirschsprung's disease, which is something that is eminently operable, but without an operation, he will also lose his life. He's also enduring pain that his mum can't explain to him. She's got to endure. And one can only imagine, and I'm sure many of your audience will know themselves, the heartbreak of seeing your child enduring any kind of pain and not being able to do something about it is almost intolerable.
I know Hatem is being treated by Victoria Rose, who has been a guest on this radio station, not just this program, on quite a few occasions. She's absolutely adamant that he needs to be evacuated as soon as is humanly possible. What are the problems? Why can't he be? Why hasn't he already been?
Well, we've heard from the Foreign Secretary yesterday that if there's more that we can do, or that the government can do, that they will, of course, seek to do it. Now, we welcome that indication, and we are working in partnership with the government, and we're hopeful for a positive decision. But what's absolutely critical here is speed, because if they aren't evacuated in time, they will die. And what we need is clearance from the UK government to accept these children. We've shown that we can, at Project Pure Hope, we can do this, and that we will do it again. All the logistics, and importantly, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to make this point again, all the expenses will be met by us. Not a single taxpayer penny will be spent on this. And of course, and that's because of the generosity of the British people. Ordinary people reaching into their pocket. And the second point is that not a single NHS bed will be used. So that's another point that I've got to make clear, because it's another thing that's come up. These children will be supported in the private wings of UK hospitals, the kind that people from all around the world come to use, paying their way. The third myth, or the third question that comes up is, well, they can be treated regionally. We look to treat children regionally when they can be, But where those countries don't have the equipment, the capacity, or the expertise, that's when we look to evacuate them to the UK. And we should be proud of the exceptionally high standard of care that we're able to provide because of our world-leading expertise in the UK.
Do you know, I thought you might have been overreacting there, but as you spoke, someone called Isaac texted me to say, why can't they go to Egypt?
Yeah.
But then I look at his texting history and he doesn't believe that there's any hunger in Gaza at the moment either. So I guess we can see where he's coming from. So you have to shoot these foxes. You have to explode these myths, even as you're in the business of trying to get two children who can't really be treated anywhere else in the world to the kind of medical facilities where their lives can literally be saved at the expense of altruistic, decent British citizens who've made donations. Raza, thank you. How can people find out more about Project Pure Hope and indeed support the work that you're doing?
If listeners could go to projectpurehope.co.uk, you'll find whatever information you'd like to find out about us, and there's a donations link, 100% of which goes to these children. None of us are taking a penny. We're not doing this for anything other than out of a spirit of wanting to do something, anything for these children. And we just implore people to read about us and for the government to act with.
And, well, David Lammy, to give permission to you to bring the children here, really, is what you need next.
Give us permission. Do it with speed. We will do the rest.
Raza Halim, thank you. We will do it all, in other words. Man.